Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Torts class. Right. So, friends, so far we have discussed the defamation and the defenses for defamation and ultimately online defamation. Now we are coming to another topic. Of course, this deals with negligence, but now we are discussing the topic called as nervous shock. Nervous shock is the latest development in the law of torts. Till 1888, nervous shock was not at all recognized as a case of tort. Basically, you all know what is nervous shock. Nervous shock means it is a reflex. Please remember, a reflex response immediately to the passage of electricity in your body or through your body. A reflex response to the passage of electric current through the body. So, please remember, the nervous shock arises from the reasonable fear of immediate personal injury. Reasonable fear of immediate personal injury to oneself. This branch is of recent origin. Previously, it was taken as a case of negligence. Reflex reaction. Immediately. Here you have to remember that no weapon will be used. Suppose for causing tort, suppose for assault, there should be some force. Battery, there should be use of force. Defamation, use of tongue or use of writing. So some things will be there. So like assault battery, the personal physical injury can be caused by stick or bullet or sword. But here the weapons are not at all necessary. So the person, just if he is under the apprehension of physical injury, and please remember, if he gets the so-called nervous shock, itself is enough. It is a shock to the nervous and brain structure. So please remember, damages can be claimed for this. So the first case which recognized the nervous shock is Victorian Railway Commissioner versus coultas, C-O-U-L-T-S, 1888. Victorian Railway Commission. This is otherwise called as a peril on the tracks case. Peril on the track. Track means railway track. Right? So Victoria Railway Commission means it's a private railway. Mr. Coultas and his wife, both of them were going in a horse-driven carriage. They were traveling in a horse-driven carriage. Right? So this happened in Melbourne, Australia, at an open railway track. The driver observed the train going. Actually, the train is leaving. So before that, he wanted to go fast. So before the train crosses the unmanned level crossing gate, he wanted to go. Yes, actually, he galloped the horses, as a result of which they have gone to the other side. But due to the jerk and also just almost the train grazed them. అది వాళ్ళని గీసుకుంటా పోయింది, అంటే తగలలేదు కానీ పక్క నుంచి వెళ్ళింది. వాడేమో సడన్ జర్క్ ఆఫ్ ది కార్, డ్యూ టు విచ్ ద ప్రెగ్నెంట్ వైఫ్ ఆఫ్ మిస్టర్ కోల్టాస్, దట్ ఇస్ మిస్సెస్ కోల్టాస్, షీ సఫర్డ్ nervous shock. Please remember, by the sudden jerk, the defendant's wife got nervous shock. So whether it is negligence on the part of the railways or not. So the Privy Council said, no, you have to take all precautions. As a man of ordinary prudence, you have to wait till the train goes. Why should you be in a hurry to gallop the horses to cross the railway track before the train comes? So please remember, it is nothing but pretense of ignorance. So it is not a nervous shock, no damages. But please remember, the concept of nervous shock has been realized. ఓహో, ఇది nervous shock అవ్వచ్చును అనేటువంటి ఇక్కడ నెగిటివ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వచ్చింది, అవ్వచ్చు అనే భావం ఆ కేసులో వచ్చింది. అండ్ లేటర్ ఆఫ్టర్ 3 years, ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ Dulieu versus White&Sons, Dulieu, Dulieu versus White&Sons, 1901. So please remember here the defendant. So actually here she becomes the appellant. The appellant, Mrs. Dulieu, She was standing behind her house. She was standing not in front of her, behind her house. So what was happening is, in the other side, opposite side, this is White&Sons. Their just a horse-driven cart was coming, that the horses were not manageable. They have become uncontrollable. Therefore, even though the driver took precautions, they were not carrying him. Ultimately, even then, he wanted to take it to a side. So therefore, he brought it behind the house of our plaintiff, and ultimately she was standing behind her house and the horse-drawn vehicle was coming to her, and she got nervous shock that she will be crushed between the door, between the wall of the house, back side of the house, and the horse-driven cart. రెండిటి మధ్యలో నలిగిపోతానని చెప్పి she suffered nervous shock. As a sort of which. So now, whether the compensation, please remember, she was pregnant and she was suffered the so-called nervous shock, as a result of which she gave birth to a child who became an idiot. Yes, damages awarded because she was in the vicinity and she suffered the nervous shock. Right? So this is a positive example. I have given you two examples. One is a negative and another one is positive. Please read the case laws and enrich your legal knowledge. With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much.